selection, The Cigarette Party, by the Edison Quartet. Hello there, there comes the sleigh. Woo-hoo, da Bonaparte. You read nothing but Bernie Bat. You can hang your hat and hip that on him.
In olden days, a glimpse of femur was only for morbid dreamers, but you're not alone. Bring anything bones. Two goofy gals with deathly interest go on a skeleton inquest in your headphones. Anything bones.
Hello and welcome to Anything Bones. I'm Sophie Schwartz.
And I'm Katelyn Hart. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Christmas. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, if you listen closely, you can hear the jingle bells ringing in the wind and the Santa Clauses wriggling down the chimneys.
Wriggling down the chimney. That's such an image.
He's supposed to be, a man of larger carriage, and there's chimneys even I could not fit down. So
yeah, I think he uses magic to do that, though. I think unlike normal people, Santa can just kind of change his shape at will. He's kind of just like a bag of beans in that way. He can just kind of change his shape.
Santa is a shapeshifter?
Sure. Why not? It's Christmas 2020. Santa goes buck wild.
Is Santa a lizard person?
Maybe.
You heard it here first. Santa Claus is a lizardman.
Yeah, but don't tell anyone, okay?
And don't tell the kids.
Don't, please. Yeah, I hope no kids are listening. Sorry.
No. The children are listening. What are you doing? Turn this off.
Go to bed. Go to your room.
Do your homework.
Anything. It's about that time. It's the end of the year. So Christmas is almost upon us. And then 2020, this stupid ass year, will be over. And 2021 will start too. And maybe it'll be better. It has to be. I'm hoping that it will be better.
I think that it will be better because we've learned a lot this year. Mm-hmm. And we can celebrate how much wiser we are and how much more value toilet paper has to each and every one of us.
Yeah, if there's one thing I've learned in the Corps, it's how valuable toilet paper is.
Mm-hmm. We're on our last roll. I have to go get some. I may have to fight a guy.
Yeah, go early.
Well, hopefully nobody gets the runs between now and my next trip to QFC.
The quarantine has brought a lot of, self-reflection and also a lot of anguish and a lot of hard times, but this podcast isn't one of them. So nice to see you again, Soph. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, it's been such a hard few hours since we last spoke.
Yeah, I do not exaggerate, listener, when I tell you that Sophie and I talk probably every day.
That is true. We usually call each other at like a little before dinner time, like 6:30, and have a little post-day rundown.
Little debrief.
Do a little podcast meeting.
Yes. A little pod talk, which is how I know that Sophie's topic today is on the lighter side, and mine is just really not. So I think we've decided that I'll go first because, this is a true crime podcast. We're in that category. So I thought I'd hit you with some Christmas murder.
Some Christmas crime?
Yeah.
But Katelyn, I was told that it's not possible to do crime on Christmas.
Well, you heard wrong. All right. Okay. So, of course, I'm going to put a trigger warning at the top of my story. This might not be the story for everybody. This is the story of a horrible, gruesome family annihilator named Charlie Lawson. Sophie, please listen. Don't go, okay? I can't just be telling this story to myself.
When we were talking about topics for our Christmas episode, Katelyn had floated doing some true crime, and I was like, that's wonderful, do some true crime. Just, not a family annihilator or something like that.
And what do I do?
Yeah. But I trust you completely, please.
Here we go. So this takes place in North Carolina. I'm going to take you back. So Charlie Lawson's parents, Augustus and Nancy, they lived in Lawsonville.
Really?
Apparently. Charlie Lawson lived in Lawsonville. I don't know.
Was there any connection to the family or
unclear? Totally unclear. So he was born in Lawsonville, and then in 1911, he married a woman named Fanny Manring. They had 8... I heard that.
What was her name?
Fanny Manring. Stop!
I know something absolutely horrible is going to happen to Fanny Manring, but...
Yeah. Okay, compose yourself.
I'm sorry.
I was saying that to myself.
Okay.
I wasn't saying that to you. I would never tell you to compose yourself.
I mean, you might need to.
All right. So Charlie and Fanny had 8 children, but their third child, William, who was born in 1914, died when he was 6 of an illness. The Lawsons followed Charlie's brothers, Marion and Elijah, to the Germantown area, and Lawson worked as a sharecropper, and in 1927, they bought their own farm on Brook Cove Road. Flash forward to Christmas 1929. 2 weeks before December 25th, Charlie Lawson took his family into town, bought everybody new outfits, and had literally the scariest family portrait taken that I have ever seen in my entire life. This was very uncommon for a tobacco farmer just to kind of do this, but I guess just because of his personality, people think it's even weirder that Lawson did that. And hold on, Soph, I'm gonna send you this portrait. So go ahead and check your Facebook and tell me what you see. And listeners, I will post this on our Instagram and Facebook. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm looking at it. Oh, Lord.
I know.
It's a black and white photo of a family, 4 adults and 5 kids, and they're all looking into the camera. And I know that in old photographs, it took so much time to take the picture. And there were a bunch of different steps. So you really you couldn't smile. It would hurt after a while. But the blank, dead-eyed stares that each of these family members is giving me the full willies, as they say. The Christmas willies. Yeah.
The Christmas willies, yeah. They are dressed up in their best, like their Sunday best, it looks like. The kids all look very subdued. So you are looking at parents, Charlie and Fanny, and then 2 kind of older children, Arthur and Marie. And then there were a bunch of kids. I don't have all their names right in front of me. The boys' names were James and Raymond, and the baby's name was Mary Lou. I think I got everybody.
Aww.
So, yeah. On Christmas Day, 1929, Charlie Lawson committed one of the most bizarre and gruesome murders that that North Carolina had really ever seen. And it still is one of the creepiest stories that anybody will ever hear, probably. My Favorite Murder did a great episode about this case. And then my sources were a article from medium.com, Murderpedia for Charlie Lawson, and then an article from greensboro.com. Okay, here's the really bad part. Quote, he began the slaughter with his daughters, Carrie and Maybelle. Okay, I forgot Carrie and Maybelle when I was describing all the kids' names. Sorry. So they were setting out to their uncle and aunt's house. Lawson waited for them by the tobacco barn. When they were in range, he shot them with a shotgun, then ensured that they were dead by bludgeoning them. He placed the bodies in the tobacco barn, end quote.
Wait, okay, back up for a second. So he shot them and then bludgeoned them to death.
To make sure they were dead.
Oh no, I understand.
Yeah.
But do we know what started him doing this?
I'm going to talk about that a little bit later.
Okay, I'm going
to talk about the theories as to why. But right now, I'm just going to tell you about the crime itself, as horrible as it is. So first, he shoots his 2 daughters. Then he returns to the house and he shoots his wife, who was on the porch. As soon as she hears the gun, Marie, one of the daughters who was inside, screams. 2 of the small boys, they try to find a hiding place. But their dad, so disgusting, shoots the 2 boys and the daughter, Marie. It's actually not clear if he shot or bludgeoned some of them. It's a little bit iffy, kind of what he did.
Horrible.
But yeah, and then he also killed his baby daughter, which I don't understand. He positioned all of the bodies by putting pillows under their heads. This is a quote. And rocks for the 2 girls who were in the barn, and crossed their arms in a funeral pose.
What the fuck?
So he horribly murders each member of his family, except for one, and then systematically goes by and puts a pillow under each of their heads and crosses their arms over their chest, and then goes out to the barn and puts rocks under the daughters' heads and crosses their arms. So creepy, so gross and scary. Yeah.
Well, it's just, it's such conflicting things because he killed them with such violence. Like, he could have just shot them, shot him a couple times instead of shooting and bludgeoning them to death. But that juxtaposition with putting pillows under their heads.
Yeah. What good does that do them? You just killed them.
They can't feel that, sir. Yeah. They're not going to be more comfortable.
No. So Charlie took the 2 dogs, Sam and Queen, out into the woods with, I guess, 2 shotguns. He stopped to wash his hands in a creek. Fucker.
Oh, gotta wash my hands.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure there's no family blood still on them.
And then there's footprints that show that he walked around and around a tree, probably for hours, before he took his own life. There were 2 notes in Lawson's pockets. They were on tobacco auction receipts, whatever that is. One said, quote, "Trouble can cause." And the other one said, "Nobody to blame."
Well, I have to disagree with that one.
I'd say you can safely blame yourself on that one, Charlie boy.
Yeah. This one's on you.
So, like I said, he killed every member of his family except for one, and this was his 16-year-old eldest son, Arthur. Arthur was actually sent into town by his father, allegedly. Not really clear. Some accounts say he just went into town. Some accounts say his dad, sent him into town to buy shotgun shells, because on Christmas Day, apparently it's a tradition in that area, or it was, to go rabbit hunting. So when everybody heard all these gunshots, they thought, oh, it's no big deal. They're doing the traditional Christmas rabbit hunting, whatever. And it wasn't until relatives arrived to say Merry Christmas to the Lawson family that the bodies were found, along with a cake that one of the daughters had baked for Christmas.
God, that's so horrible. You're going over to your, cousin or aunt or uncle's house to be like, Merry Christmas. Heard you shooting rabbits earlier. Bet you're having a great Christmas dinner. Oh my fucking God.
Basically. Yeah, so some people think that Charlie did send Arthur on an errand because he didn't want him to be there. In the pictures, if you go back, you can see that the son is actually bigger than the dad. I believe he's on the far left side of the picture. So some people think that he was sent away so that he wouldn't interfere with the plans, because he probably could have overpowered his dad.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm looking at him now, and he could kick his dad's ass probably.
I wish he had.
Same.
Okay. Yeah. So let's get into why this happened. Now, this is all speculation because we don't know. I'm sorry. We just don't know. All right. Yeah. So he was behaving weirdly in the months leading up to all of this. He complained to his doctor that he had severe headaches and insomnia. I guess he had also had a head injury a few months prior. One source that I looked at said that his brain was studied at Johns Hopkins after he was dead, and no physical cause for anything was found. But another source said that Lawson's brain was, quote, relatively small and that a portion of the center of the brain seemed underdeveloped, end quote.
Interesting.
Yeah, so not sure. I've got another trigger warning here on the subject of rape. So if that's not something you can hear, maybe skip forward like a minute. Family members and friends came forward later and said that Charlie Lawson was carrying on an incestuous affair with one of his daughters, Marie, and that she was pregnant. So that might have been why he killed everyone.
Shit.
Yeah. But in one of my sources, it said no autopsy report ever said that she was pregnant. But it sounds like there were a lot of rumors, both family and friends, that something was wrong in the family, and this was potentially it.
God, the solution to that is not to kill everyone.
No. Ugh. If he did that, this guy was an asshole to the extreme.
No,
He already was, but ugh.
Well, the more you find out about him, the more you realize he's the most disgusting, despicable kind of person.
Yeah, and this just rocked the town in 1929, of course. One of the other rumors about why this happened, and I don't put any stock into this, and neither does the article that I looked at, but some people think it was staged to look like he had committed suicide because he witnessed some kind of crime, like an organized crime thing, and then his family had to be murdered because of it. All signs point to this being a murder-suicide. God, this one. Quote, another rumor involves a black man Charlie had started a fight with. Like, what? So this is racist, stupid 1929 America, where I'm sure they were just like, oh, I'm sure this nice white man couldn't have done it, so it must have been a black man that did this. I don't know. I don't put any stock into that because it just, no. Charlie Lawson was an asshole and he had nobody to blame but himself. Yeah.
The notes kind of say it all. Nobody to blame. No, it's you, sir. It's just you.
And why on Christmas? Why on Christmas would you do this?
I don't know. I feel like with these family annihilators, when you read about them, there's some problem or something that they think is unfixable, or like some part of their life. Like, what's the name of the guy who, the Tiffany Skylight, the guy who killed his whole family and put him in the ballroom?
Oh, I can't remember. I kind of know what you're talking about, but I can't remember. That left the music blasting?
Yes, and all the lights on in the house and stuff.
I can't remember.
Future me, put that man's name in here. The man you're thinking of is John List. He killed his wife, mother, and 3 children at their home in Westfield, New Jersey in 1971. What a dick. So I feel like he probably has something in common with this guy of like, either it was the incestuous relationship or like money problems or something, where he felt that his life and like the direction of his family it cannot be fixed. Yeah. And looking through that narrow of a like tunnel, it's horrific what it produces.
Well, it's also so creepy because that photograph that they took 2 weeks before, some sources say it happened like on the same day that they took these photos, but I don't think so. That seems premeditated to me. Like, yeah, like getting them their best clothes, which, by the way, they were all buried in those nice clothes because those were the best clothes that they had. And did he want a picture of them? Because photography was not, like, you didn't just do this just to have a picture on the mantle. Like, he wanted proof that they existed or something before he killed everyone. I really don't understand it. But that picture is haunting, and I probably will never forget it.
Yeah, that is fascinating because you said that they were just tobacco farmers, right?
Yeah, they were not super wealthy. This had to have been a really big deal that the dad probably saved up for, or was just like, hey, I want to do this thing. And everybody was like, okay, Dad, why are you being so weird? I mean, this is editorializing, I think, but you can almost see that in their faces to me. Just like, Dad, what the fuck?
Well, it's like, I don't know, seeing the picture, it's, yes. My view is colored because I knew already what was going to happen to them.
Yeah, hindsight is 20/20, obviously.
And of course, the explanation of having to stand that long for the picture. a lot of people look pretty pissed off. But
yeah.
they do have an air of like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, because it was probably weird. It wasn't really necessary, you know, it was extra, let's say.
Hey.
All right, so I'm almost done, but I have to preface this. So, you know how some people think that true crime has had like kind of a resurgence lately? Like there are a lot of true crime podcasts, and it seems like some people think it's some kind of new fascination for people. I'm here to tell you right now that that's not true at all, because this murder, people started coming in droves to the house just to see what was going on. Like even when the bodies were still there were just crowds of people going in and out. People just went absolutely nuts. I mean, it says thousands of curious interlopers, including press, this is a quote, swarmed the graveside funeral at Browder Cemetery.
Jeez.
Like, they could not get enough of this story, both from the house to the burial of all these people. After the funerals, not too long after, one of Charlie's brothers opened the house for tours, and he charged people.
Wait, the brother of the guy who killed everybody?
Oh, yeah.
They killed his nieces and nephews?
Yeah, so he defended his decision by saying that he needed to raise money so that the orphaned son, Arthur, could settle the farm's mortgage. So I don't know. I don't know quite what to think about that. At first, yeah, I'm outraged. It's like, why are you trying to make money off of this? And then it's like, well, maybe this was the reason why. I don't know.
I mean, I think you have to work with what you got. I mean, he went from the son has got to now make his way in the world without his family. So.
Without his entire family. Can you even imagine what that would be like?
Well, you're just out on an errand for your dad, going into town, and you come back and your entire family is dead.
Yeah. And your dad did it. And you're like, he sent me away. I think that's what happened. I think dad sent him away so that he wouldn't interfere.
Yeah.
And, you know, he probably had horrible guilt about, you know, what would have happened if he just hadn't gone. It's just horrible.
But how could he have known?
Yeah, of course. So the cabin was like left basically in the way that it had been found when all the bodies were found. It was all disheveled. There was blood everywhere. There was also a cake that the daughter had baked but never served to the family. And these assholes were taking raisins off the cake as souvenirs. So they had to put it in a dish so that it would be preserved, because people were just like, oh, let me get a raisin as a treat because I visited the goriest crime scene I've ever seen.
This raisin saw it all.
Like, ew, get a grip.
I'm just imagining you standing next to the thing in your like 1920s clothing being like, ew, get a grip.
I think I would be
Phyllis.
I would be protesting this because it's just like, okay, you and I have a true crime podcast. Obviously, we're interested in the topic, but I'm never going to go to a crime scene and just like gawk at the crime scene. Well, maybe I will, but you never say never. But I'm not going to, like, if I see a crowd of people are trying to go into a crime scene, I'm going to try and stop them, okay?
Well, I would never take anything from a crime scene.
No.
Like, I mean,
but why do you want to see that with your own eyes? Like, can you just hear the details and be grossed out and scared like the rest of us?
And you were saying that the place was still covered in blood?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
One interesting person did allegedly visit the house, and that is the infamous mobster John Dillinger. According to Greensboro.com, he had just escaped from prison, and he apparently made a trip to Germantown with his girlfriend, and he is said to have left a note on one of the local policeman's door, like mocking him because he didn't catch John Dillinger. And it's okay, like, I don't know if I believe that, but I thought that was interesting.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, John Dillinger. Yeah, I'm here to visit.
I was here, and you're never gonna catch me. Go fuck yourselves. Ooh, let's go to this crime scene because I love crime.
I love crime. I love to do it. Love to learn more about it.
Yeah.
Ooh, a raisin. I'll take it home with me.
Yeah, maybe John Dillinger took a raisin home. That asshole.
I bet he did. That little bitch.
So, wow, this story just really is bringing me down.
Don't worry, I got you. I'm going to lift you back up when you're done.
Yeah, please. Okay, last thing I'm going to say, and this pisses me off. Charlie and the rest of the family are buried together. They buried them all together. He's buried with his family that he murdered.
No.
See, I saw a picture of the tombstones. It's disgusting. It's one big tombstone. And he's like at the top of it too. And it's like, oh, mother, sister, brother. No, why is the murderer involved? Get the murderer out of the plot with them.
No, throw his bones in a ditch.
Throw his bones in the garbage can. He shouldn't. It creeps me out that he's resting for all eternity with his murder victims.
Yeah, I just hope that the way things work in the afterworld, they're not having to deal with him anymore.
Yeah, I hope so too. Anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. and
I hope you're not upset.
Yeah. Merry Christmas and be glad we're not going home for Christmas.
No. This no, I'm sad to be having a virtual family Christmas this year because of COVID. Shout out to my family if they're listening. Hi, family. But yeah, this story sucks.
But it's fascinating because it just begs that question, like, did he snap? Did he plan it? Why did he do it? It's, it scratches that itch of the unknown of horrible acts.
Yeah, it's been making people try and figure out that exact thing for the past 90 years.
And we're gonna solve it. No,
it's solved, we just don't know why.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to be able to know what kind of thinking leads to doing shit like that.
Yeah, I don't want to get inside their heads. There's enough dark shit in the world. I don't want to hear what their excuse is for murdering their family.
No excuse.
There is no excuse. Nobody to blame but yourself.
Yeah, he forgot that last part.
Yeah, exactly. He ran out of paper.
If you flipped it over, it said, but me on the back.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You didn't read the back. It's been 90 years. Yeah. If you unfolded it, it said, I did it because I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
We solved it.
Good.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We solved it. All right. Take me somewhere else.
We're going to the beautiful country of Wales, or the beautiful land of Wales, land of dragons.
Oh my God, okay.
And I'm going to start off my topic with a quote. And this is a quote from Atlas Obscura. Quote, adorned in colorful ribbons and bells, the equine image of death has an especially ghostly appearance, thanks to the white sheet draped over the person carrying it. As revelers sing and parade this head on a stick around the neighborhood, doors open to meet the morbid white horse in battle, specifically a battle of wits through poetry. This is the Merry Lwyd, a midwinter pagan tradition whereby celebrants eat food and drink after dominating a poetry slam fronted by a skeleton face. We're talking about Merry Lwyd.
Holy shit. I've seen this in a meme, but I'm so excited to hear what it is all about. I'm very Welsh, so this is probably part of my family history. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I thought that you would probably enjoy this. I'm going to pop you off a picture here just to refresh your memory, and we'll slap this, or probably a better one, up on the Instagram.
No, let the people see what I see. Who is she?
Who is she? Okay.
Oh my God. That's a horse skeleton with a ghostly white sheet coming off. And it looks like some fake ears and some ribbons. Oh my God, I can't wait to hear about this.
Yeah, this is my new favorite thing, and I think that you and I might need to do this in some sort of socially distanced way. because it sounds like a fucking blast. Okay, so this is, like I said, this is a Welsh tradition. And what the tradition entails is basically you take a horse skull and you put it on a stick. Then you have like a white sheet kind of covering the person who carries the horse skull. And this is kind of in the tradition of like the hooded animal, which is kind of a trope that appears throughout Great Britain and like Great Britain lore and mythology. And so basically what they do is they go around with this horse head with kind of a leader hanging out with them, and they go to people's doors and they go to pubs and things, and they basically have like a poetry slam riddle battle with the people who are in the dwelling. So the Mary Lwyd custom is performed during winter festivities, specifically around the dates of Christmas and New Year's. However, the precise date on which the custom is performed varies between villages and, different traditions. And in a number of different traditions, it's practiced for like a couple of nights in a row. So you might catch this guy. If you don't get him on Tuesday, you'll see him on Wednesday.
Sure. He's around.
Yeah. And there's a unique example where from Grower, which is a place in Wales, in which the head is kept buried throughout the year and dug up during the Christmas season.
Ooh.
Isn't that kind of gnarly?
Yeah, creepy, but I don't know. Ooh, that's giving me chills.
I mean, safe place to keep it. You always know where it is.
You always know exactly where it is. It's right in the dirt over there, where it is every goddamn year.
Yeah, it's buried in Grandpa's backyard. Let's go fucking get it. So the custom used to begin at dusk and often lasts late into the night. There's a lot of drinking. That's part of it. And the Mary Lwyd party consists of 4 to 7 men. I think now in this time it can be any gender of person, who had colorful ribbons and rosettes attached to their clothes and sometimes wore a broad sash around their waist. There was usually a smartly dressed leader who carried a staff or a whip or a stick. And then there were sometimes other stock characters that would hang out with them from like kind of the popular, like Punch and Judy and like popular stock characters of the time would sometimes accompany the Mary Lwyd around.
Did you say Punching Judy?
Punch and Judy?
Oh my God. I thought one of the characters' name was Punching Judy.
Hey, it's me, Punch and Judy. I'm here to fucking fight you. You wanna fuck with me? I got a horse head buddy and I'm here to punch your fucking lights out. Punch and
That's
Judy.
her whole personality is just punching. That's awful.
Judy, she loves to fight.
Sorry, continue. You didn't even say that.
No, but Punch and Judy they're like puppets. It's a whole nother thing.
Okay.
But so despite being associated with Christmas now, the Mary Lwyd is a pre-Christian tradition, and it pulls on different pagan traditions and kind of pulls on the image of the white horse, which has been a powerful symbol in the United Kingdom for at least 3,000 years.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of a culmination, or it's like one part of kind of the myth of the horse, the horses, do they exist? There's no way of knowing.
You took a philosophy class on horse existence, right?
Oh yeah, I actually minored in horse existence. On the last day of class, you go to a farm and you touch a horse.
And you go, oh my God, all of this has been leading me to this moment, to see and touch a horse.
Yeah. I'm still skeptical, honestly, about the existence of horses.
Can I just quickly ask, because I don't know the answer to this as your best friend, have you ever ridden a horse?
Yes. I took horseback riding lessons for a couple of years when I was a kid, and then I stopped taking horseback riding lessons because I refused to whip the horse because I didn't want to hurt it.
Oh, that's a good reason. Yeah. I've been on those like summer camp trail riding excursions, and then I've done a couple family ones, and I just always seem to get the horse that just wants to stop and eat. And maybe I was just weak, but I could never like get them to pay attention to me, and like you're pulling on the reins and they're like, no, I want to eat this grass. I don't know. The whole thing kind of skeeves me out, so I don't go on horses if I can help it anymore.
Yeah, I like horseback riding if I don't have to hurt the horses.
Yeah.
But
I have an aunt that has horses, so I've always enjoyed going to visit her horses. Because I know exactly how they're taken care of. They're treated like princes.
Princes who don't exist.
Okay. Zing. Continue.
And just burned your aunt's horses. Okay, so it's an extremely old custom, but it was first recorded in the 1800s with kind of subsequent accounts throughout the 20th century. And according to these, the Mary Lwyd tradition is performed at Christmas time by groups of men who would accompany the horse as it travels the local area. End of sentence. So although this custom has a couple different names, as soon as we record, I get filled with guck.
You better keep that in.
Yeah, right. So although this custom has many different names, the name it's kind of best known as is Mary Lwyd. And the etymology of this term is kind of debated. There's a folklorist named Lorworth C. Pleat, and he believes that the term means Holy Mary and is a reference to Mary, the mother of Jesus. But another folklorist named E.C. Cawwaite thought that it was more likely that the term means grey mare, which again connects it back to the British and Celtic mythology of horses who can cross into the underworld.
Oh, cool.
Which supports again my theory of the horses not existing. But still, some scholars have linked it to a legend that's linked to the nativity story about a pregnant horse sent out of the stables when Mary arrived to have Jesus, and she spent many days roaming around the land trying to find somewhere to have her foal. And a lot of people believe that could be the horse that's coming around to talk to people, is this lost mother horse. But honestly, and I've never heard that story before, but it's probably some pre-Christian pagan shit.
Sure. Yeah, I'd believe it either way. Horses have been around for a while.
Yeah, I think if I had to hazard a guess in this naming debate, I would probably say that it's the one that connects it to horses in mythology, because I'm not sure about the Christian stuff, because there's kind of, I think on Schmanners they call it the Great Christian Rebrand, which is where you take pagan stuff and you rebrand it to be Christian.
Mm-hmm.
So part of this tradition that I kind of love a lot is how it's kind of a traveling celebration. And the Mary Lwyd goes to local houses where they request entry through the medium of song, and the householders would be expected to deny them entry, again, through the medium of song. And then the two sides continue their responses to one another in song. And if the householder eventually relents, they let everybody who's traveling in with the horse in, and they give them food and they give them drink.
Wait. They're having a song battle so they can come in or not come in?
Yeah.
And you just keep fighting until the homeowner's like, yeah, come on in, let's have a party with this horse?
Yeah. It's like in this tradition of wassailing. Are you familiar with wassailing?
No.
Here we go, a wassailing, a blah, da, da, ba, boo.
I believe you.
No, but it's in songs. So it comes from the Middle English wassail, which means, quote, be in health. And wassail as a noun was originally like a sugar and spiced drink of mulled ale, curdled cream, roasted apples, and eggs, which sounds good, but also sounds gross.
Yeah, I don't want to try it. I have no interest.
But so those who took part in sharing a huge bowl of this like mold cider mixture were wassailing, quote unquote. And so the term kind of became synonymous with Christmas, because that came to be the time people were like, I'm going to go around the neighborhood and see whose booze I can steal.
Okay, and then now we have the modern day Christmas party.
Exactly.
Okay, I buy it.
So I want to get to the most fun part, the exchanges, the verbal exchanges that you have with the horse. So when the group gets to a house, they sing in the Welsh language songs or wassels, as we were talking about, that inquiry about, do you have any fun booze for me? Or traditionally indulge in a ritual called, and this word I tried to look up how it's pronounced, could not get it together fast enough. It's spelled Pwnco. Puoco?
Yeah, I have no idea.
The W is throwing me off.
Those aren't letters that go together ever in our language, I don't think.
Puonco? Sounds wrong. But that term is an exchange of rude rhymes with the person who lives there. So the Mary Lwyd and her gaggle can get entry, and if they come in, it's said to be good luck for the year.
Nice.
Also, the Mary Lwyd is described as with she, her pronouns a lot of the time, which I kind of like. And she's said to be mischievous, and she'll try to steal things, and she chases people, and she just does whatever the fuck she wants.
Perfect.
Which is the total vibe for this year for me.
Yeah.
So it normally took 15 verses before they were eventually allowed in to enter by the happily persuaded owner. Yeah. And you have to make this shit up on the spot by both parties.
Whoa.
And I was looking around and I was like, I want to find some kind of, can I find these songs? Can I find videos of people doing this?
Oh my God, did you?
Yes. So I'm going to play you a little bit of an OG Welsh song for this. We're going to have a little ASMR moment. You're going to pretend you're a Welsh family. You're hanging out. It's Christmas Day. Christmas evening. You're hanging out. You're having a great time. You've just finished eating your goose. And suddenly you hear someone at the door.
Good morning, Lwyd, gofeisio, Lwyd, I ofyn am gynnar, I ofyn am gynnar, I ofyn am gynnar, I ganu.
So that's a little bit of the traditional Welsh singing.
Cool. Creepy, but if you were kind of expecting it, yeah, I'm all for it.
I love it. I don't know how much of it I can play before. This is a YouTube video from the BBC that I'll put the link. All of my sources will be linked in the show notes. Okay, so I was looking for examples of verses that people would spit at each other, and I found some traditional start to these rap battle poetry slams, and they're a little repetitive, and some of them are pretty generic, like this one, which goes, "Here we come to ask, may we have leave, to ask, may we have leave, to ask, may we have leave to sing," which is fun.
So you're singing, but asking if you can sing?
Yeah, you're like, hey, is it cool that I'm here? Can I hang out? Will you let me in? I want to eat your food. I want to drink your booze. I want to be with you. Will you let me?
I love this tradition.
Me too. And I found this one beginner that's a little passive aggressive. It goes, we have cut our shins to cross the stiles, to come here, to come here, to come here tonight. It's like, we cut our shins, okay, to come here tonight.
Yeah, can you let us in? Our shins are cut right now.
My shins are fucking bleeding. Are you serious?
All
right
over
now?
your porch.
All over your porch. You better let us in. You better let us in. Look at my horse head. But there is a ballad of Mary Lwyd that was written by Welsh poet Vernon Watkins, and I have a little quote of that for you, and I'll read it right now. Quote, "Mary Lwyd, horse of frost, star horse, and white horse of the sea is carried to us. The dead return. Those exiles carry her. They who seem holy and have put on corruption. They who seem corrupt and have put on holiness. They strain against the door. They strain towards the fire which fosters and warms the living.
Cool.
Very
yeah, this
cool.
sounds like a fun tradition.
It's a very fun tradition. So in modern times, the Mary Lwyd tradition kind of died out a little bit in the early 20th century, but then came roaring kind of back, starting in kind of the 1980s. And a little earlier than that as well. But now there are a lot of modern celebrations of the wintertime holidays with the Mary Lwyd. There was the town of Aberystwyth organized the world's largest Mary Lwyd for the Millennium celebrations in 2000. There's also this wonderful video that you can find online. It was published in 2013 by Music Traditions Wales, which is an organization that has worked to keep the custom of the Mary Lwyd alive. And what they do is they distribute these flat pack paper kits to schools along with a lesson plan about it. So kids are learning about the Mary Lwyd in schools and they can make their own. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I love that.
And in this video, it's really funny because they're going up to people. They're kind of following around. It's a reporter and she's following the Mary Lwyd around. They're knocking on people's doors and they're going into pubs mostly. And when they go into pubs, people are like, oh my God, like they get very excited. And she goes up to one guy and she's like, oh, have you heard about the Mary Lwyd? And he was like, oh yeah, like I'd never seen one until tonight. But my dad used to warn me about this ghost white horse that would come out on the moors and fucking take you if you did bad shit.
Ooh, it has a dark side.
Oh, it super has a dark side because also the Welsh like to parade out the Mary Lwyd for Halloween or for May Day. Like for other holidays, they'll bring her out. And there's a great little documentary. It's about 7 minutes long. That's kind of about modern Mary Lwyd celebrations. And it's called Mary Lwyd short documentary. And it's directed, produced, and edited by Jordan M. Patterson and Matt Adams. But I highly recommend watching that because just the visuals of all these different, because in the modern times, they've taken, you know, the simple design of horse, skull, stick, white sheet, baubles, bells. They've taken that to the extreme. Let me see if I can find really quickly because they're so beautiful and so individual. Or let me just... Okay, here we go. All right, so I just want you to watch the first couple of seconds of this documentary and tell me about how it makes you feel.
Okay. Oh God. Close up on the horse teeth. Galloping sounds. Ah, no. Well, okay, because it seems like a fun thing to do, like with your community or your friends or your family, but I can't lie, it looks scary as hell, that horse. Like,
if I was walking down like a country lane at night and like a band, because they usually have musicians with them, so they'll just appear out of the darkness, just like jamming on some beats, be like, "You wanna rap battle me?"
Oh my God. But yeah, if I saw that horse alone, like walking down the middle of the street, I would shit my pants right there.
Oh, I'm done. I'm so done.
Oh my God.
So I'm just going to conclude with another little passage from the Ballad of the Mary Lwyd, just because it makes me think about this year and it makes me think about, you know, just 2020 in general. Quote, "The living are defended by the rich warmth of the flames which keeps the loneliness out. Terrified, they hear the dead tapping at the panes. They rise up, armed with the warmth of firelight and the condition of scorn. It is New Year's night. Midnight is burning like a taper, will be blown out. It is the moment of consciousness. It is the living moment, the dead moment. Listen."
You're making me shiver.
Christmas can be scary if you celebrate with a horse head.
Christmas can be scary. It should be the name of this episode.
Oh my God, Christmas can be scary.
Can be scary.
It can be. So that's
my
the
God.
Mary Lwyd for you.
Wow. Oh my God. Thank you for telling me that. That's not something I've learned about in great detail before. I love it.
Well, I was looking back through my Instagram saved and I saw that horse head on a stick and I was like, I know what I'm going to talk about for the Christmas episode.
Yeah. You can't resist a horse head on a stick.
You can't, because it will keep rapping at you until you let it in.
Like a vampire.
Like a vampire, but
You can't come in unless you invite it with a
with a song. Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm here at your door. Will you let me in?
Okay, you can come in.
Please let me in. You're not supposed to let me in yet. We're supposed to have a rap battle.
I'm not supposed to just give in right away. Damn it.
No. You would be terrible.
I'm so scared. Okay. I ruined it.
You want to give it another go or no?
Sure.
All right. Hey, knock, knock. It's me, a horse head. I want to come in and drink a White Claw.
Hey, it's me. I'm inside my house. Don't come at me. I'm scared as a mouse. No, I don't know.
Yes. Knock and knock, knock with my big, big hooves. I want to come inside to kick you in the shins.
You're too big. You're a big fat horse, and I know you won't fit in my studio apartment.
Damn, 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 damn. Let me in. Broke my shins.
Okay, I don't think this is a Christmas tradition we should continue.
Ah, damn it.
I think we
Okay.
should leave it to the Mary Lwyd experts in the Welsh.
That's true. The Welsh do it best. But this was so much fun.
Yeah, thanks for ending it on a little bit of a lighter subject. Yeah, so Merry Christmas, Boneheads. It's been an interesting year, and the next time you hear from us, it'll be 2021, if you can believe it.
Happy Christmas, Happy New Year's. And if there's a horse at your door, get your rhymes ready.
And then also, bon voyage!
Bon voyage!
Bye!
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Anything Bones. Follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Anything Bones Podcast, or email us at anythingbonespodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you to Nick Kruger for our spooky music and Stephen Vetteroff
At Chubby Scrubby on Twitter.
for our jazzy vocals, and thank you to Camilla Franklin
At Camilla Strader on Instagram.
for our beautiful bony artwork. Please rate, review, and subscribe.
Bones! Ho, ho, ho! Merry Bonemas! It's me, Santa Bones, just coming in to say, remember to be safe and wear a mask, wash your hands, and if you see Santa Bones flying across the sky, it's an omen of your death. Ho, 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 ho!